It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Checking out Oklahoma City. This is their first time facing off this season. Last year they split the season series at a game apiece. And for Paul George, it was a tough journey coming back from that gruesome injury he suffered. Safe to say he's put that completely in the past, and he's been phenomenal the last few seasons.
You know what, Ernie, I don't know why we're still talking about that. Not every player can come back from something like that. You know, it almost feels like he got better after the injury.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
he
paying
pays attention to all the nuances on the court.
He's paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, he's paying attention to him because I think the overall thing that's impressive is his speed and his jumping ability that has come back.
Time for tip-off as we send it over to
Kenny.
Kevin Harlan for the call.
You're quick, Kenny.
No, it's coming now. It's coming.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We're coming at you from the peak, Chesapeake Energy Arena in beautiful Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder prepare to take the floor. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Dallas Mavericks.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
No doubt. I mean, they played to their strengths, and that's what helped them get this road win. I loved how they played for each other.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. We should have a fan favorite here tonight. Two fast break teams, lots of highlight reel plays. Doris, what can either side do to try and slow down the other?
Well, both teams love to take turnovers and turn them into highlight reel dunks. So one, you've got to take high-quality shots, take care of the basketball, make sure you're getting good shots every trip, Kev.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. And now Washington's starting group. Porter and Morris are the forwards. The deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
I can't imagine the energy expended by Russell Westbrook. Always a threat to score, even when he's getting knocked around.
Screen by Howard. And Beal kicks to Howard. No good that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And talk about a battle that just kept going on. It really is a good feeling bringing home a double overtime win.
Now here's Westbrook. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Lets it go with a three. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Robertson. George has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Wall kicks to Howard. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Roberson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Bradley Beal picks one up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Well, you talk about the very definition of what a defensive specialist is, Doris, and that is Andre Roberson.
Right. What you love about Roberson is he can match up with multiple positions on the defensive end. One thing you worry about, obviously, is teams when he is on the offensive end, they're going to give him a lot of shots because he's yet to prove he can consistently knock those down.
He's off on the first. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Well, one thing we know about this Wizards team, they have no problem putting points on the board. Last year, they were 5th in the league in points per game. Offense was the strength of this team. Now, can they put together a little bit on the defensive end?
It's Wall with the drive. Porter kicks to Howard. Hangs, and the layup is good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Inside, here's Adams, and it's sent back by Howard.
And Howard takes his shot blocking very seriously. Skying up and sending him back was his impressive vertical.
Now here's Wall. He had 19 points in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
And that one is good from Bradley Beal. And for the Wizards and their offense, Doris, it starts with the backcourt, but they can hurt you at a lot of positions.
Right, Kev, because they had 6 players averaging double-figure points last season. It's a very strong passing team. They can score inside, they can score outside, and no lead is safe when they are getting shots to fall.
Wizards trail by 3. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Morris. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Now that's the passion you like to see from Markieff Morris, converting off the board.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. And so here is Oklahoma City. That doesn't go either for George. Outside, Beal. Porter in the corner. Beal, the pass to Porter. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Thunder with the lead. George with the ball. Now Beal defending. George dishes to Adams. Wall with some nice defense.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
The dish to Howard. Porter in the corner. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Doris, Otto Porter is a very consistent shooter. He's put in a lot of work since entering the NBA to get his shot where it is now.
You know what I love, Kev? He reviews film, and he thinks about his mechanics all the time. And it's one of the ways you build a more reliable three-point shot. You can't question his work ethic.
Shooting 2.
That one drops. He ties it up. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Here is Wall. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. A drive by Beal. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Big time tough play by Beal right there, unfazed by the foul.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Beal. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
And here is Beal after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And Beal kicks to Wall. Lays it up and banks it in. Wall's got his first bucket of the night.
And this is where John Wall sets himself apart. The ability to get in the lane and finish with the best of them.
Screen by Adams. Here's Westbrook. Again, the Thunder score.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Now, here is Morris. An 11-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
Well, one of the more valuable things in basketball, bigs who can stretch the defense. Morris, one of those guys.
Westbrook kicks to George. Wants to get it to Westbrook, and does. Rebounded by Howard.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Now here's Westbrook after Markieff Morris's miss. Can't throw it down with one hand.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Now here is Morris. He has 5. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Patterson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
Wall passes to Porter. To the inside, here's Morris. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Roberson. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Morris, and it's Jody Meeks in for Beal. Screen by Adams. Westbrook with a wide open look. That's short off the rim.
Boy, they leave an area of the floor totally unprotected, and he lets it go to waste.
Outside, Meeks. Great D that time from Westbrook. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Adams. Green with the block. And he gets it back. Adams' shot is off.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Washington making some changes. Austin Rivers comes in for Otto Porter Jr. and Satoransky subbed in for John Wall. Oklahoma City trailing. Here's Ferguson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Abrinas with the bucket. Abrinas has got his first points of the night. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Jeff Green on the wing. Pass to Satoransky. Back to Green. Lock at 6. Good on the triple. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
The pass to Noel. Here's Abrinas, guarded by Mahimi. Lets it go from 14. And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Mahimi. Thunder trailing by 4. Schroeder outside. There's a screen by Noel. Schroeder kicks to Abrinas. Back to Schroeder. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound and slam dunk by Noel.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it, never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Here's Satoransky. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, the height advantage in this matchup becomes a big factor when he's in the low box.
There's a screen by Noel. Abrinas the pass to Noel. Here's Schroeder. Power down with both hands.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's rising to the occasion as you're trying to keep pace on the scoreboard.
Mahimi dishes to Green. Meeks outside. Tries yet again. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Here's Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
There's a screen by Noel. Schroeder outside. Puts it up from 15. Jump shot is good that time.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's good basketball. You have to get a little creative against the big man, but I love his initiative.
Here's Satoransky. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Thunder.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the board.
That free throw, no good. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be, what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
The Thunder have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And the first one drops. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
That's tipped. Here's Noel, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. Jeff Green picks one up.
Wow, the physicality of Nerlens Noel paying dividends. This guy not bashful, seeking contact.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
That's good from Noel.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass.
And it's tied up with that one. 40 seconds left in the first. And Satoransky kicks to Green. Pass to Satoransky. Shoots over Schroeder and stolen by Noel. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Now here's Schroeder. Defense right on him. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Grant is out there with Noel, and it's Abrinas in at the shooting guard.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Meeks can't hit.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back in fourth start, that's for sure.
And Satoransky kicks to Green. Meeks on the wing. Mahimi passes to Meeks. And again, Washington no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Meeks. Ferguson misses.
The defense lost him there, and he should have made him pay.
Meeks on the wing. And Satoransky kicks to Rivers. Meeks with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Well, if you think back to last season, guys, the narrative was that Russell Westbrook had 0 help on this roster. To be completely honest, I thought it was unfair to the pieces that were around Russell Westbrook and the job they did playing their roles to exactly the standard this organization wanted.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good for Meeks. And what the fans are saying is that Westbrook, Doris, just needs more help around him.
Well, certainly the acquisition of Paul George should relieve some pressure on Russell Westbrook because now he's teamed along yet another superstar.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Patterson, he's checked in for Ferguson. And it's Roberson in for Alex Abrinas. And so Meeks nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
There's a screen by Noel, and the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Porter's checked in for the Wizards. Ball comes in for Satoransky. Now Schroeder, he has 5. He feeds it to Grant. Lets the 3 fly. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Beal kicks to Morris. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Now, the thing about Markieff Morris, he does a terrific job converting inside.
There's a screen by Noel. Patterson dishes to Noel, and it's sent back by Howard. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between 2 people because there's so much scoring and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to it.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Well, the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
Now here's Westbrook. Dwight Howard missing his last shot.
Go, gadget arms for Porter, enabling him to stuff that one.
Another shot. Noel passes to Roberson. Shoots over Beal. Off the left rim and out.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
For Washington, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Look at a guy like Otto Porter, and it seems like he's coming into his own in this league. He scuffled a bit certainly in his first season, but a key piece for this group moving forward.
Now here's Westbrook. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Kicks to Patterson over Morris. Here's Adams. He can't get that one to fall. And the Wizards now going the other way. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
You wonder if they're looking to take control of this one early. And when you have more talent, you want to keep the other guys from gaining any confidence.
Now here's Wall, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And Wall kicks to Porter. Adams against Howard. Here's Porter, a second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Otto Porter is a master at drawing contact on shots just like that.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Doris, a common theme with this Washington Wizards team that has helped with their success is how much confidence they play with.
Well, John Wall said that last year they spent a lot of their season just building the team's confidence. Now, that manifests itself in how hard they work on the court. And this team will play as one of the more physical teams in the NBA.
No good on the second free throw. The one thing we saw with the Thunder last postseason, Doris, is that when Russell Westbrook comes off the floor, this team sometimes lost its direction.
Yeah, but now with Paul George in the fold, it makes sense to stagger their minutes. That way they won't have such a dramatic drop-off if Russell Westbrook leaves the floor.
Here is Wall, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Beal dishes to Morris. Back to Beal. And that one, good. Beal's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
I tell you, that's physical defense. Bradley Beal being aggressive, maintains his focus, finishes through contact. Exactly what you want from this guy.
Now here's Patterson. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Patterson, the screen. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. Here's Wall. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Roberson. He's covered by Beal. And that one hits back iron.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Morris. To the paint. It's deflected. Here's Wall. And again, Washington, no good.
Yeah, awkward shot there. I mean, creative on the leaner, but the D just made it too difficult for him to convert.
Now, here's Westbrook. He has 6. Dishes it to Patterson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Washington shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Wall, here's Morris. Got a piece of it.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir. Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. To the paint, here's Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Now we come to expect John Wall will make the right play, creates yet another open look.
Puts it up. And that one goes long.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now here's Beal. 20 points for him last game against Dallas. All with it. George picks him up. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got assist number 5 here tonight. Tight game here in Oklahoma City. George against Porter. Shot off the screen. Adams. Washington with the rebound. Morris has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Beal the pass to Morris. There's the feed to Wall. Wizards passing it around. And that one's good by Porter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They need this. And Westbrook, here we go. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
I like to watch Russell Westbrook go to work. This guy on the block, such an efficient scorer.
And here's Wall. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. No one covering. And it's 13 points for Otto Porter Jr.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Here's Westbrook. Following the basket by Otto Porter. Let's go. Not enough on that one as it misses.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Wall, that's good.
Well, that's a big-time finisher around the rim. Wall makes it look easy.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Doris, you've talked a bit about leadership, both on and off the floor. What are some of the traits, in your opinion, that make someone a person who'd want to follow and the characteristics of a leader?
You know, I'd say someone who prioritizes winning, even at the expense of their own success. That would be the first thing. And then someone who's ultra competitive. Somebody who's available on a night-by-night basis. Somebody who doesn't let a little nick or a bruise impact their availability on a particular night. So unselfishness, competitiveness, and availability are 3 attributes that I love.
And leaders can be followers from time to time too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. You have to be willing to be a part of a group, and sometimes that means ceding your leadership position.
Thunder trailing by 7. Schroeder outside, down low, tips it.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And Washington has possession. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. And Satoransky kicks to Mahinmi. Here's Rivers. Hands it from downtown. Rivers has got 7 points in the game.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Adams against Mahinmi. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Over Rivers. Oklahoma City the rebound. Screen by Adams. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Passes it to Ferguson. There's a screen by Noel. Now here's Schroeder. Tight defense on him. Bucket is good. 7 points in the game.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Here's Satoransky. Meeks on the wing. He kicks to Green. The 3-ball. And again, Washington with the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Schroeder dishes to Grant. There's a screen by Noel. Grant the pass to Noel. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Green kicks to Meeks. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Here's Green. 6 points for him. Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got 6.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
There's a screen by Noel. Here's Abrinas. Got it off in time, but it's no good. That'll do it for the first half. Washington out in front, up by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what has your approach been so far tonight?
I'm just trying to play with a lot of energy. I'll do the best I can on the defensive end to help my teammates out. Post hard.
Dwight, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. What a game it's been for Otto Porter. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there, Ernie, in the stratosphere? Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Otto Porter really making a difference here.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Wizards leading by 10. So on the floor for Washington, the deadly duo of Wall and Beal are in the backcourt. Porter and Morris are the forwards. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. Beal can't get it to go. Thunder shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Well, Doris, one thing is certain for Bradley Beal. He's a lights-out shooter if you give him some space.
Oh, no doubt, Kev. Beal does such a great job, always squaring his shoulders, even when he's coming off a screen. And that quick setup and release, really hard to defend.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Roberson. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 11 rebounds in the game. Westbrook against Wall. Over Westbrook. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Wall's got the first bucket of the third here for the Wizards.
Wall works hard to get shots from right there. Uses his quick feet really well.
Westbrook dishes to George. Up top, Adams. Westbrook against Wall. Takes the 13-footer. Washington with the rebound. Beal's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Feeds it to Wall. Screen by Howard. And stolen by Patterson. The dish to Westbrook. Here's Roberson. He's covered by Beal. Screen by Adams. The shot by George. Wide open. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Here's Roberson. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with the new 24-second shot clock. Doubled by Howard. For 3, Westbrook. Westbrook missing again.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Wall passes to Howard. Outside Beal. 6 on the shot clock. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
I like the commitment from Bradley Beal to take it inside and attack the defender.
Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
Or who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, you think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Well said. Here is Wall. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. And Wall kicks to Morris. And Wall. Oh!
This seems to be the new breed of point guards who can play above the rim. Wall finishing with style.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment. Westbrook, no good.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
Back to Beal. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Baseline jumper. Another miss by Westbrook. Washington leading now by 15. Stolen by George. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Looking to get back on track here. And the shot goes down. George has got 8 points.
Well, Kevin, if you allow Paul George loose in fast break situations, he's an absolute force in the open floor.
Left side, Beal. Howard in the post. Adams on him. Howard dishes to Beal. The kick out to Porter. For 3, that's good. And so Howard with the assist. 16 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Well, shooters are necessary to win in this league, and Porter can provide that kind of floor spacing.
Goes up on the wing. That doesn't go either for George. For Washington, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now here's Wall. He's got 8. There's Beal with the 3. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Beal. Second shot opportunity. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Over to the left wing. And Patterson kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the baseline. Rebound by the Wizards.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Wall passes to Howard. Wall dishes to Porter. Out left to the wing. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from George. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Finished off the break. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, Kevin, that's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
Now here's Howard. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. It's going to be on John Wall. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Well, free throw off from Westbrook.
You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turned the NBA upside down with that feat.
Rivers kicks to Satoransky. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the 2 of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already 4th on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
First one falls for him. Doris, much to the chagrin of basketball purists, we're seeing the near extinction of the mid-range game. Is there a way to reverse this trend?
Kevin, I don't know that we're seeing the extinction of it, and I would point directly to the Finals MVP, Kevin Durant, because if you look at some of his success, it is directly in the mid-range. Russell Westbrook has some effect in the mid-range. I mean, listen, certainly the priority is on layup and 3, but I don't think we've seen the extinction of the mid-range. I think this is a cyclical type of situation in the NBA, very much the way we've gone away from a low-post center. Would a player that's a next-level, next-generation kind of player change our thinking about that? Let's see. The game is always in a constant state of evolution.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And last season, I think we saw just what could be a preview of what the Washington Wizards can be moving forward, right? They return to the second round of the playoffs. They have a clear core and strength to build around for the future.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Golden State. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder just need to take it a game at a time.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Meek's got 11 points.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Now the pass to Ferguson. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists now in this one. Washington leading now by 13. And Satoransky kicks to Rivers. Outside, Green. Back to Rivers. Inside. 9 feet out. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Grant. Here's Schroeder. Good work there as it goes. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Meeks with it. 11 points in the game. He dishes it to Rivers. Meeks passes to Mahinmi. And the rejection by Noel. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Abrinas. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Washington's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Second chance shot. And Grant sends it back. They retain possession. And Satoransky kicks to Green. To the inside, Mahinmi. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
Here's Noel, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
Satoransky, the pass to Meeks, to the right side. Rivers dishes to Mahinmi. Here's Satoransky. No good that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 9. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by Meeks. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Abrinas. No good from outside. A minute 42 left to play here in the third. Mahinmi, a screen on Schroeder. They kick it out to Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Ferguson. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists now tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Satoransky. He's got 8. And Meeks kicks to Rivers. Banked in off the glass. Rivers has got 9.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Now here's Schroeder. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Throwing it down that emphatically energizes the whole team, and that can be a huge shift in momentum.
There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's foul number 2 for him. Thunder trailing by 10. And Noel kicks it over to Schroeder. There's a screen by Noel. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Noel's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Satoransky. Outside, Green. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And so it's Washington holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more in store for you right after this. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Guys, good job hitting ahead. That means we're running, which is good, okay? We've got to pay attention right now, okay, and what we're doing coming out of timeouts.
Pushing the action, fast pace. Billy Donovan wants to keep them rolling it out.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job in transition. They just need to stay focused and be efficient.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Grant is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and there's Nerlens Noel, and it's Abrines at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Wizards passing it around. Here's Green, and Grant sends it back. Here's Abrines. He's guarded by Meeks. Abrines kicks to Grant, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Grant. And a change for the Wizards. John Wall's checked in for Satoransky. Wizards leading by 6. Now Wall. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
Now the defense didn't bother him right there. Wall able to convert.
Shooter passes to Adams. There's a screen. There's Noel. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Wall. That one no good. Adams, some nice D. Here's Ferguson. Rebound by the Wizards. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wall. Ferguson with the rebound.
He does the hard part. Gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
Kick out to Adams, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Mahinmi.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
The Wizards making a switch here. Dwight Howard's checked in for Mahinmi. Markieff Morris comes in for Jeff Green. Porter's checked in for Austin Rivers. And Beal subbed in for Jody Meeks. Porter with the steal. Westbrook against Wall. On the wing, Porter. Howard dishes the Wall. Westbrook drives in. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall.
The motor of Russell Westbrook is absolutely amazing. This guy stays with his shot even through the tough contact.
One shot.
Wizards leading by 3. And Wall kicks to Morris.
Now this is an athletic power forward, and Morris outquicks the defense to the rim.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Over Wall. Westbrook missing again. For Washington, they've gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Beal the pass to Morris. And Beal kicks to Howard. Howard with a screen on Westbrook. Clock at 4. Morris with the bucket.
Well, just Markieff Morris being so smart, using the screen to its full advantage.
Westbrook dishes to Adams, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Beal kicks to Wall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Russell Westbrook.
You have to love that mentality. John Wall took it in and made sure he drew the contact.
I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
And he makes the first.
Now, he's only 6'4" in height, but 6'9" in wingspan. Wall has elite size and speed at the point guard position.
And so Wall nails both of them.
I think when you watch John Wall with his speed both in the half court and the open floor, he creates so much. This guy's blow-by ability sets up his teammates, and I'll tell you, it's the engine that gets this offense started.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And Wall, a fantastic shot creator, both for himself and for others. He's done a better job, Doris, of getting to the free throw line as well.
You know, Kev, it's almost amazing how much of the offense is created through John Wall. There's no doubt he deserved MVP consideration for everything he does for the Wizards. Great season and was the clear leader on one of the best teams in the East.
Free throw good, Adams.
Well, Steven Adams is a guy who understands his role. He wants to play hard-nosed defense. He wants to score it anytime he's got a deep touch in the paint. Love his approach.
And so Adams nails both of them.
Well, obviously, the biggest impact Steven Adams has for this team is his ability to be a defensive force in the middle. This guy carves up space, takes away any would-be penetrators, solid rim protection, just an unbelievable guy on the interior. Oh, since the break, his efficiency has gone up a notch, looking really polished now.
Thunder trailing by 7. And George kicks to Patterson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, we talk about not wasting any time. How about Patrick Patterson on the catch and shoot?
Howard kicks to Wall. Screen by Howard. Wall attacking. Got a hand on it. Out to Morris. Lets it go with a 3. And Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And it's Westbrook again missing. Washington leading now by 4. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. More on Adams, Doris. Not only is he a shot-blocking presence, but also will come up with a good amount of steals for a big man.
And that's an area, Kev, where Adams has really improved recently. For his size, he's got great agility and great anticipation in the paint. And I like that there's no hesitation to rotate and challenge any player he switches onto.
And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
And he knocks down the first one.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
The 3rd pick back in 2012 after 1 season at Florida. Beal is one to watch. Such an exciting talent.
To the middle. Dives for it. Howard with the steal. Wall against Westbrook. And stolen by Patterson. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And he gets the bucket.
Russell Westbrook right now creating havoc with his defensive abilities. My goodness.
Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
You love the skill set that Russell Westbrook has worked so hard to develop, guys. He can go with the drive, the jumper, and as an elite defender, boy, when he's locked in, it's trouble for the offense.
Here's Wall, right wing. Howard wide open and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Thunder trailing by 5. And here's George. Adams outside. Westbrook against Wall. It's stolen by Wall. Here's Beal, and finished off by Beal.
This guy's in attack mode. Bradley Beal taking it strong.
So here's Westbrook. Pass to George. And Morris comes over to help. Pulls it from the elbow. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Adams.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
It's baffling that he's someone they'd leave alone in that situation. You can get away with that early in a game, maybe, but not now.
Beal with the steal. Here's Wall. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Now here's Westbrook. He feeds it to Adams. The kick out to Westbrook. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Wall with it. Beal with a screen on Westbrook. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Wall. And now a 9-point Washington lead. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Pass to Westbrook. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. And it's sent back by Howard. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Adams. Well, Doris, beside what he brings to a team on the court, Steven Adams also helps the team in the locker room with his presence.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You can hear it in the way Steven Adams interacts with both the press and his teammates. He's a very personable guy. There's a sharp wit to him that can help ease tension within a team or sometimes, if necessary, with the media. Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Westbrook against Wall. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Now, this is where John Wall excels to me, getting fouls while shooting the basketball.
And that one falls for John Wall. And so John Wall nails both of them.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, John Wall.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight. Spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 13-5 run. He's looking for Porter and finds him. Adams, some nice D.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that. Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
Washington leading now by 11. That's good from Wall. And so Wall nails both of them. And here now the Thunder. Here's Westbrook. Kicks to Patterson. Here's Adams. And that one hits back iron. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And it only takes a little effort on behalf of Howard to rise up for the flush, using that size and strength to jam it down.
To the middle, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Wall kicks to Beal. That one goes in. Beal's got 12 points in just the second half.
I love to see a shooter like Beal mixing it up on the interior.
George against Porter. Now George. And hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Wall passes to Beal. Howard setting the pick for Porter. Howard kicks to Beal. Shot clock at 5. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. And that's 20 points for Beal.
This, to me, is one of Bradley Beal's advantages. The defense has got to respect the perimeter jump shot, and that sets up that dribble drive.
Wall against Westbrook. Dishes to Robertson. Screen by Adams. Here's Robertson. He's covered by Beal. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Here's Adams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Adams has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Howard dishes to Porter. Morris kicks to Howard. The feed to Beal. Out left to the wing. From deep, Wall. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Washington.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Wall.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them. And no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check.
No good on the free throw. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Mahimi's checked in. And no good on the second free throw. So he goes 0 for 2 there.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
No, nor am I, Greg. There's no question. They're too far behind. Not their best effort for sure.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
And here's Wall. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we just try to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.